Perhaps people have compiled a list of the 7 wonders of the world too early, because in addition to these great architectural structures, there are such beautiful objects on Earth as the Grand Canyon and Victoria Falls. But that's not the point of the episode. Scientists are still puzzling over how some places and locations were able to form naturally. As you already understood from the title, we will talk about 10 unusual places on the planet that science cannot explain. Sleepy Village of Kalachi, number 10. Residents of the village of Kalachi in Kazakhstan were recently struck by a very strange epidemic. Residents of this village can literally fall asleep out of the blue, even if they are walking or driving along the road. Because of this, they also suffer from memory loss, fatigue, and hallucinations. It is noteworthy that this phenomenon affects women and men of all ages. The Kazakh government advised residents to leave the village as scientists still cannot determine the exact cause of this phenomenon. According to one version, residents of the village of Kalachi are suffering from radiation poisoning. Not far from the village there is a uranium mine. However, a blood test of the villagers disproved this theory, as no traces of radiation were found in their blood. It is noteworthy that residents of the neighboring village do not suffer from sleeping sickness, despite their close location to the mine. Number 9. Tusy Noise. A low-frequency humming, buzzing sound, the source of which is sometimes impossible to determine, can make you angry or crazy. You've all heard this noise when, for example, a lawn mower is running in the distance or when the TV shows static. And until we find and eliminate the source of the noise, it will feel as if our brain is eating you from the inside. In general, not a very pleasant feeling. Fortunately, such cases are quite rare. Now imagine all the pain and dissatisfaction of the residents of Taos, a city located in the state of New Mexico, USA. Since the early 90s, many residents of this city have complained that they constantly hear a low-frequency noise. Moreover, this sound can be heard throughout the city, so that local residents literally go crazy. For 20 years, scientists have been trying to establish the source of the sound, but, unfortunately, all their attempts did not lead to any result. Number 8. Mysterious circles in Namibia. This unusual phenomenon occurs in the Namibian steppes in southern Africa. It consists of circles cut in the grass that are repeated at regular intervals. The shape of these circles is almost ideal, and their diameter is calibrated from 3 to 20 meters. Scientists not only cannot explain the reason for the appearance of these circles, but also the reason why they are circles and not some other geometric object. Nothing grows inside these circles, so scientists began to build theories based on this fact. However, all their guesses and theories failed miserably. For example, in 2013, ecologist Norbert Jürgens suggested that termites could be the cause of the circles. But in 2015, biologist Walter Tschinkel conducted an experiment that refuted Jürgens' assumptions. Number 7. Boiling River. Deep in the Amazon jungle flows the Chinaitempishka River, 6.4 kilometers long. Chinaitempishka differs from all other rivers on Earth in its very high water temperature, so any animal that enters it will be boiled alive. At first, the animal's eyes bleed, and when the pain becomes unbearable for them, they cannot swim to escape and begin to drown, swallowing boiling water. As a result, they are literally welded together. The average temperature of the river reaches 91 degrees Celsius. Scientists do not understand this phenomenon because this is usually the water temperature observed in rivers flowing near volcanoes. However, the nearest volcano is 700 kilometers from Chinaitempishka. Scientists theorize that hot springs gushing from fault lines at the bottom of the river mix with Chinaitempishki water and heat it, turning the river into an unnatural geothermal system. As a result of this, such a natural phenomenon arose. Number 6. The Lights of Hesdalen. Almost every night, residents of the Hesdalen Valley in Norway observe a mysterious phenomenon that has scientists baffled. At night, bright dancing lights appear in the sky above the valley, flickering, changing shape, and then disappearing until the next night. Scientists have been studying this phenomenon in vain for several decades. Since the first appearance of lanterns in the 1930s, valley residents have come up with various speculations and theories on the matter. According to one theory, the strange lights in the sky appear because the lake in the valley is radioactive and releases radon particles into the atmosphere, which disintegrate in the sky, forming bright flashes. Another theory is that the lights appear in the sky because the earth in Hesdalen has a lot of sulfuric acid. According to scientists, sulfur interacts with water, causing sparks to appear in the sky. Scientists tried in vain to establish the exact cause of this reaction, but they were unable to do so. Number 5. Endless thunderstorm. In western Venezuela, a thunderstorm is raging over the Catatumbo River, which almost never stops. The thunderstorm begins every day at 1900 hours and lasts for 10 hours. This phenomenon repeats annually for 260 days. No one knows the exact cause of this natural phenomenon. The leading theory is that the lightning is somehow connected to uranium in the nearby swamps, although scientists are not sure. According to scientists, lightning in Catatumbo occurs due to the special shape of the mountains, over which flows of warm mountain winds and cold ones from the Andes collide. The winds then combine with the rapidly evaporating mountain river and methane from nearby oil fields to create thunderstorms. However, this is not the final version, since Catatumbo's lightning is much more mysterious than it seems. For example, one day in 2010, a thunderstorm inexplicably stopped earlier than usual. It would seem that there would be no more thunderstorms, but after 6 weeks lightning flashed in the sky over Catatumbo again. Since then this phenomenon has been repeated regularly. Number 4. Mavala Cave. There is a cave in southeastern Romania that has been hidden from light and the outside world for 5 million years. The atmosphere in it is radically different from the Earth's atmosphere. The cave was accidentally discovered by workers who were installing a power plant on this site. While testing the soil, they accidentally discovered a passage leading to one of the most mysterious places on the planet. If you go down this entrance, which is a narrow shaft, you will find yourself in a series of tunnels. Where can you go into a room filled with sulfuric acid? The air in the cave is poisonous with hydrogen sulfide, and the level of pollution here is 1,000 times higher than the level of pollution on the surface of the Earth. But the strangest thing about all this is that in the cave there is a whole ecosystem, the representatives of which were able to adapt to life in sulfuric acid. In the Mavala Cave, scientists discovered 33 species of organisms new to science that do not exist anywhere except this cave. It is believed that these organisms survived by feeding on the foam formed on the Mavala stones. Number 3. Double Tree of Cassoro. In the nature of the Italian region of Piedmont in Italy, there is one unusual place where a cherry tree grows. It looks almost the same as other healthy cherry trees, except that it itself grows from another tree. In fact, this phenomenon sometimes occurs in different parts of the world. It happens that from one tree another grows, a parasitic tree. However, in all cases, the parasitic trees are small, stunted and quickly wither. But the double tree of Cassoro in Italy consists of 2 full-fledged healthy trees, each of which spreads branches 5 meters wide. Nobody knows how this phenomenon appeared. 2. Lake Karakai. The USSR had many nuclear facilities, many of which were dangerous and poorly planned. Near one of these former places is Lake Karakai, which is located in the Chelyabinsk region. There is more radioactive material in this lake than anywhere else on the entire planet. It is so dangerous that you can die within an hour if you just stand next to this lake. The area around Lake Karakai is more radioactive than even Chernobyl. In 1957, an accident at a nuclear power plant near Karakai triggered an explosion, as a result of which radioactive particles were released over a radius of 23,000 kilometers. As a result, it was decided to fill the lake with concrete to avoid a disaster. But despite this, the territory remains dangerous, unstable, and polluted. Number 1. Devil's Kettle Falls. A waterfall with the funny name Devil's Kettle in Minnesota is one of the most mysterious places on Earth. It is interesting because it feeds the Brew River at a certain point and splits into 2 streams. One stream goes straight into Lake Verton, and the second goes in an unknown direction. Scientists do not understand exactly where the flow ends and where the water ends up. Scientists tried adding dye to the water to see how much of the stream would end up colored. But the attempt was in vain. According to the laws of physics, water must end up somewhere in any case. Water flows can be controlled even if they pass underground. However, in the case of this waterfall, the laws of physics apparently do not apply. It is unclear what is the reason for this phenomenon. Maybe these are aliens or parallel universes, a glitch in the matrix. In general, we can only guess. Which of these places seemed the most unusual or mystical to you? Be sure to write your opinion in the comments. And if you are interested, like, subscribe to the channel and press the bell so as not to miss all the most interesting things. Thanks for watching and check out some of our previous episodes.